Greetings and welcome back to Eye of the Beholder, where we look at 20 years of Dungeons & Dragons miniatures. We'll be continuing on with our look at the Dragon minis, picking back up with the metallics, specifically the Gold Dragons. The Gold Dragon, noble and wise, graceful yet reserved, slow to anger but ferocious in battle. Golds are considered the apex of the Draconic race, with 2 breath weapons, fire and a weakening gas, plus a full arsenal of offensive and defensive spells. Besides their golden hue, golds are known for the frills that adorn the cheeks and side of the neck, doubtlessly inspired by the look of Chinese dragons of lore and literature. We get our first gold dragon in the first WOTC set to feature huge miniatures, 2004's Giants of Legend. The body is more brown than gold. Let's be generous and call it burnished gold. Yellow wings and a white underbelly complete the color palette. We get the standard upright pose we generally get from early WotC dragons, but on a rock outcropping to add height. Despite the pose, he does not look particularly threatening, more thoughtful, more parley than Quarrel. Score: Paint 14, Pose 15, Playability 19, Pizzazz 20, for a score of 68. A year later, we get this gold dragon in the 2005 Death Knell set. Called simply a gold dragon, but can obviously be used as a wormling, this mini has the exact same color palette as his older brother. With 4 legs slightly raised from the base, this guy looks like he's about to spring forward, if not aloft. Facial details are hard to make out, but the little guy looks like he's smiling. Score: Paint 14, Pose 15, Playability 18, Pizzazz 17, for a score of 64. In 2007's Night Below set, we get our first truly gold dragon, although the white underbelly remains. I kind of like the pose on this one. Down on all fours, head turned to the side with the body following, and tail curled back upon itself. To me, he looks like he's circling his prey. The detailing around the head, with the horns and frills being creature correct, is the best we've seen so far. Unless I want to overwhelm my PCs with a huge, this is probably the gold dragon I would use in an encounter. Score: Paint 18, Pose 23, Playability 21, Pizzazz 20, for a score of 82. Damn it, I just changed my mind. This is the gold dragon I'm going to use. The last gold dragon WotC released came in 2009's Monster Manual Dangerous Delve set. WotC goes full metallic with this one, although the wings lean more toward yellow than gold. The detailing on this mini is amazing, particularly the head, with the frills swept back while a mighty roar of challenge erupts from its maw. Too much? Perhaps too much hyperbole, but man, I really like this mini. Yeah, 100. WizKids once again wastes no time in creating a gold dragon for their inaugural Tyranny of Dragons set of 2014, and it hits all the tropes of their early dragon minis. Airborne, check. Stupid skinny post, check. Rearing up in mid-flight, check. Color-wise, I'm imagining the meeting at WizKids went something like this. Question: how gold do you want it? Answer: yes. They did manage to give us white eyes rimmed in black, plus black claws though. Score: Paint 17, Pose 17, Playability 11, Pizzazz 20, for a score of 65. A year later, we get our next gold dragon in 2015's Rage of Demons set. It has the same bright metallic gold coloring, eyes and claws of the previous mini, but adds a beige underbelly to offset the gold. Pose-wise, this is another airborne mini, but with a more kinetic feeling to it. Also, note the neck frills. They are by far the most pronounced we have seen so far. Final point, you can see WizKids was finally reacting to the post issue. While still on the thin side, it's definitely better and holds the mini securely, way upping playability. Score: Paint 20, Pose 22, Playability 20, Pizzazz 24, for a score of 86. We also get a shadow version of this gold dragon in the same set. As mentioned previously, shadow versions of prime material plane dragons occur when one has spent too much time in the Shadowfell, a fate that has fallen upon this particular worm. Exact same pose as the previous one, and made of translucent plastic that makes any discussion regarding paint is moot, this mini is useful if your PCs spend a lot of time in or around the Shadowfell, but not much otherwise. Score: Paint 12, Pose 22, Playability 10, Pizzazz 11, for a score of 55. We get our last gold dragon, Wormling, in 2017's Monster Menagerie 2 set. We get a two-tone paint job on this one, metallic gold body and yellow underbelly. Another mini in the sit back and stare pose, but it does do a respectable job in displaying its wings. All in all, not a bad mini, but I personally prefer the small dragon mini WOTC gave us 12 years earlier. Score: Paint 15, Pose 12, Playability 15, Pizzazz 14, for a score of 56. And that's it. We're done with the golds. We'll be talking about the last of the OG metallic dragons, the silvers, in our next video, plus a guest appearance by one of the secondary metallic dragons. Thanks as always for watching Eye of the Beholder, and feel free to leave a comment below.